Welcome back to the Vegan Test Kitchen, everybody. Thanks for watching. We are making today a fresh rosemary focaccia, and we're gonna be dipping that flatbread into a curried carrot dip. Sounds delicious. Let's hope it is. Here's what you're gonna need. For the rosemary focaccia bread, you're gonna need 3 cups of all-purpose flour, olive oil, plus a little extra for brushing, salt, yeast, rosemary, and any other fresh herbs you want to throw in there, like oregano, sage, anything like that. For the curried carrot dip, you're gonna need 1 pound of carrots, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, sunflower seeds, curry powder, cumin, salt, 1 or 2 garlic cloves, vegetable, canola, or any other vegetable oil. First, what we're gonna do is chop up the herbs. So get your rosemary and any other herbs you want to put in there. So there were some variations. You could add some olives or shallots. So I'm just gonna do rosemary and that's it, because I'm keeping it simple. So we need 3 tablespoons of chopped fresh rosemary. I just bought one of those small packages. You're also gonna need a few for the garnish to put on top. Looks like we're gonna need probably 4 to 5 more sprigs. Now I have seen these really cool things that you can put your herbs in. It's like a little contraption that you just pull the stem through. If it's like this or thyme, maybe, possibly oregano. I can't remember what oregano looks like on the stem, but you can get it and you pull it through and it pops off the leaves for you and it's really cool. So I'm gonna get one of those soon. If you have one of those, use that obviously, or if you don't, and you feel like going out and getting something brand new, then get one of those because they seem really cool. Now that those are chopped, we're gonna get a large bowl and combine the yeast, and we need 1 1/4 cups of warm water to combine with that yeast. Normally you'd let the yeast sit in the water and let it come alive or whatever. It doesn't say to do that, it just says to immediately start doing everything else. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're going to stir in the rosemary, the olive oil, and flour. Take my rings off because I don't want them flying across the kitchen like they did last time. It says you're supposed to knead it until it forms a dough, so I'm just gonna stir it with a spoon first. All right, I think we're to that point. It's so light and fluffy. Okay, so as if it's too sticky, go ahead and add some flour, which we're gonna do because it's a little bit too sticky. Well, I'm amazed at what that 1 teaspoon did. Now it says to turn it out onto a floured surface, and we're gonna knead it for 5 to 6 minutes until smooth. All right, now it says to pour a little, oh no. Okay. Now it says to pour a little bit of the olive oil into this bowl, just a little bit. And we're going to put this dough ball in here. It says to turn it a few times, spank it a few times, and we're gonna cover it with a clean dish towel and let it sit for an hour so it can rise. Well, it didn't say what to do with this salt, so I'm gonna mix it up in it when we punch the dough down. I feel like it needs salt, so that's what we plan on doing. In the meantime, we're gonna make the curried carrot dip. So get your carrots. All right, it calls for 1 pound of carrots. So just get one of these bags that says 1 pound on it and use that. All right, we're gonna boil these carrots for about 7 to 10 minutes. Okay, while that is boiling, we're gonna throw in the sunflower seeds to the food processor and then blend until it's all ground up. One more time. It's getting there. In the meantime, let's chop up the garlic. Now it says we only need 1/2 teaspoon of minced garlic, so I'm just gonna do 1 clove and see what that does. I think that looks good. All right, carrots are done. So we're gonna turn them off, drain them, and we're supposed to let them cool, so I'm just gonna rinse them with cold water until they stop steaming, and then I'm gonna throw them into the food processor. All right, while those are still cooling off a little bit, we're gonna throw everything else in that blender. Curry, vegetable oil, cumin, salt, garlic, and lemon juice. Now the carrots. Then you're gonna blend like a mad person. So it smells really good, but it's really thick. So I might add a little bit more oil. So we're not supposed to add anything else to it, any other liquid. I don't even know if that's gonna make much difference, but it's better than nothing. Actually, gonna add a little bit of water, because look at that. See that? Look how thick that is. It's a really thick dip. It's where we're gonna leave it. Now it also says to add salt to taste. Might add just a teeny bit more salt. Now remember, also, we're gonna throw this in the fridge. We're gonna let it chill until the bread's done. We haven't even started cooking the bread yet, so. And guys, don't skimp out on the refrigeration process because I'm telling you, you put something in the fridge and then magically when it comes out chilled, it tastes 10 times better. All right, the dough is risen for an hour, so what we're gonna do is punch it. Now we're gonna prep our station. We're gonna put a little bit more flour on it and then flour our rolling pin as well. We're also gonna add that salt that I had no idea what to do with because we're gonna need this for about 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, we're not gonna need it for 5 to 6 minutes. We're gonna need it just a few times is what it said. So don't get crazy with it. I am gonna make sure that all that salt is mixed up in there. You don't wanna get that pocket and... All right, now we're gonna roll it into, it said about into a roundish shape, into about 1.5 inches thick, which is probably that. That looks about right. Now, we're gonna take our cookie tin and either lightly grease it or put some foil down. We're supposed to sprinkle it with some coarse salt. Poke a few holes in it with a fork. Throw some of these whole rosemary leaves on here. And then we're gonna brush it with a little bit more olive oil and then cover it again and let it rise for 20 minutes. You don't wanna do olive oil, so you can also do soy milk. Probably do almond milk too, whatever milk you got laying around, as long as it's vegan. I feel like this is when you should sprinkle the salt, but that's not what it said. 20 minutes. Now while that's rising, go ahead and set your oven to 350. All right, let's uncover it, and it's so pretty. We're gonna stick it in the oven for 30 to 35 minutes until it's lightly browned and it's firm. Let's check it. It does have a lightly brown skin to it. It's pretty dry. Let's do it for just a couple more minutes. All right, let's take it out. All right, we're gonna let this cool for a few minutes and then we're gonna grab the carrot curried dip and eat it. All right, let's try it. It smells really, really fresh and delicious. That's good. I would say that I can't really taste the rosemary that much. It's just enough to add a little flavor to it, which I like. Let's try it with the curried carrot dip. I would have never thought to make a curried carrot dip. It tastes like an Indian dip, which is a nice change. I'm not used to that. So actually, the bread is really good. The curried carrot dip is really good. I don't know if I would put them together, but it's good. This would be really good with a soup, really with anything if you wanted to put some butter on it. And then the carrot dip, that would be good for, I'm sure if you got a pita would probably be really good with it, or naan. As this cools off, you can taste the rosemary a little bit more. And I'm glad I put that salt in at the last minute. All right guys, if you want like a nice fresh bread loaf, make this. It'd be great for sandwiches and soups and all that good stuff. The dip is great too if you want to bring a dip to a party or something and you're tired of bringing the same old stuff, make this and bring it. So thanks for watching. As always, hit the thumbs up. I would love you for it, and I will see you guys next time. Carrot dip, carrot dip, carrot, carrot, carrot dip.